for coming today. I think I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. I actually prepared a slide. So I have been at UST since 1997, having graduated with a PhD from Columbia University, and did my thesis at AT&T Bell Labs. And it was actually my dream to work at Bell Labs when I was a high school student in Hong Kong. So that's why I went. And then in 1994, while I was still a graduate student in Columbia, I visited Hong Kong and visited HKUST. And I saw, wow, this is the most beautiful campus I have ever seen, and I really want to work here. So I came back in 97. We founded, with other faculties, the Human Language Technology Center in 1997. I'm also director of a center called Interact, which is a joint center, research center with CMU, Carnegie Mellon University, University of Karlsruhe, Waseda University, and so on. I am a senior member of the Institute of Electronic and Electronic Engineers. In the, it's a U.S. organization now that's global, and I'm not going to go through all of it. But so I have been working on speech and language since 1988, so we can guess my age. And I speak several languages. That's why I'm particularly interested in cross-lingual, multilingual problems. I've studied and worked all over the world, and I'm back in Hong Kong. I'm very happy to be here at UST. So first, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing, actually, I like to think of it as like your electricity and your water. So instead of buying hardware, buying servers, and buying computers, install them in your company, cloud computing is a delivery of computing service rather than a product. And you can pay for it on an on-demand basis, much like water and electricity, and it's delivered to you over the internet. That's cloud computing service, right? And cloud computing consists of, there are a whole bunch of servers somewhere, sitting somewhere. Somebody else is providing it, like your CLP or your water company. And then the computing power and resources can be delivered to all kinds of things. The app server, database, mobile devices, to PCs, to your kitchen sink. So this just means it can be delivered to anywhere. And the characteristics of cloud computing are why do we want cloud computing? There are client-server services that have been around for ages. And so why are we talking about cloud computing now? Well, basically because of the internet. All right, the delivery of computing resources becomes very agile. You can reprovision the resources, computing resources, easily. And there are a lot of APIs provided for people to write applications on, and the cost is reduced. If you just pay utility bill, it's much lower cost than buying your own server and setting up your server farm. And it is also device and location independent, so you can get the computing power anywhere you are. So you don't have to bring your server farm with you, and you can share resources with the co-tenants of. So it's kind of, think of it as electricity. And there's improved reliability and fault tolerance because the cloud computing providers, they will work extra hard to ensure that. And it's more scalable and elastic. So if you need more power, you just subscribe more. You pay more, just like electricity. All right. And it's also very, the performance can be monitored. You can, the cloud computing provider can provide you with an interface to monitor the service. And there's better security than traditional methods. And the maintenance is, of course, because it's centralized, it's easy. So nothing is installed on your premises, in your company, or in your household. It's all on the cloud, in the cloud. So the maintenance is done centralized that way. So this is why we're all very excited about cloud computing services. Now get into a little bit more technical. There are different layers in cloud computing. It goes from the server all the way from the server layer to infrastructure, to platform, application, and client. So different cloud computing providers will be providing different kinds of services. You have those who provide simply the hardware, software for the servers. All right. So if you sell servers, that's your opportunity there. And then above that, there's the infrastructure platform. which is the storage, this data center, all these things that I require for cloud computing. So that's the whole infrastructure. And then above that, we have platform solutions. For example, Amazon Web Services is itself a platform solution, and they're platform solution providers. And then above that, software applications. In fact, if you have been using search on the internet, Google search or anything else on the web service, you're already a consumer of cloud computing services. Right? Search is already a cloud software application. And then, of course, there's the device hardware and software providers, where then your smartphone will need to have, the hardware itself and the operating systems for the smartphone, say iOS or Android operating system. Somebody has to provide that. And then somebody has to write applications on top of those operating systems. And then, of course, PC is another kind of, or Mac is another kind of device, terminal. And actually we have a few here. So they all run different